Well, Gene,
Right.
who would have thought that CoVFeFe was involved with quantum teleportation?
Yeah, you know what?
Who
It's
would have thunk it?
you know,
Hey, listen, we've got new people here. Hold on a second. We got Pippa's Paws Chihuahuas.
oh good.
She's joining us. Thank you very much, Pippa. Tracy's here. Irma. Always good to see Irma now. Phil's here. Great. Joyce Ann. Lori Ann. We got somebody new I haven't seen before. We all share this planet. Hello from Southern California. Very good. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. William's here. Stella. Ginger. Let's see. Mary Elizabeth. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, you wouldn't know how many times we said that today.
Donna's here. Very good. Very good. Cheryl's coming in. Thank God it's Friday as well. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Been a long, boisterous week.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
Gene,
even know where to go. There's so much
I
to talk
know
about.
we have so much to talk about, but the big thing is, and we were laughing about this a few minutes ago, is that first you had the big banks like JP
Yes.
Morgan, and you had Morgan Stanley, and you had all these other the big Wall Street boys were bashing the Clarity Act, and we can't have this, we got to negotiate more and all of this. Well, now that the senators are sitting on their hands, and they might not get to the bill, now the banks are pressing them to get the Clarity Act passed, because these big banks and financial institutions have already invested hundreds of millions of dollars integrating XRP and Solana and the other things into the financial system. So now they need the Clarity Act to be passed.
Right. Just so you know, and I'm going to be doing a video with this. Part of what we do is understand everything. But one of the breaking news, which just happened recently, like within the last couple of days, is Morgan Stanley introduced Solana and Ethereum into their trusts. So this is new. They already had Bitcoin, because everyone kind of feels comfortable with Bitcoin. We already knew that. But they put Ethereum and Solana in there. And this is big, because basically it's like, okay, we're ready to make some money here. We're ready to make some money with people. We're investing in it.
Right.
And now this is off the train goes. And if you haven't noticed, this is what we've been talking about lately. People have been buying the crypto playbook.
Yeah.
And people that are new here, which is fine. I know some of you guys have been following us, but just finding the show. But people who are new here know we've been talking about this for I don't even know how long. Dave, do you remember when this came out here, the crypto playbook?
Several months ago. And we were beating people over the head. Guys, this is coming. You got to get this book. It's going to explain everything to you in very simple language, and then subscribe to the updates. We post updates that are available twice a month, and it's always about what's currently going on and so on. This way you stay on top of everything.
Right. So like if you see in the video I did about 6G, that was published 7 months ago in our magazine. So if you think about that, the people that follow us already knew about this. The stuff with the crypto playbook, which came out months ago, now you could get it. It's still early in there, but we're telling you what's going on, and everyone is catching up to the information we're giving them, flat out.
Right. So this is very big. This thing gets passed, and listen, even if it doesn't pass this year and is pushed to 2027, which is unlikely, but with Congress, they're very concerned with not wearing wide ties or thin ties. They're very concerned with their appearance and getting reelected. So if it's pushed to 2027, the SEC does have a backup plan.
Yes.
To continue to integrate our favorite cryptos into the financial system. And what that does, that brings in the institutional buy. Like we were talking about the Franklin Templeton ETFs, which is like a mutual fund for XRP.
Right, and again, what we're saying here, I just we'll talk about it later or whatever. But what we're talking about, the reason why this is so good, it takes these coins that have been vetted by the United States government, saying yes, this is officially a commodity, officially a security. Some of these other coins that they say is part of the reset, right? They're working right now. It's big news. Solana.
Be clear. There's no reset.
Right. Oh, guys, just stay tuned with us as we stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're gonna get to all of this and lay it out for you and explain to you how very good things that are coming our way were kind of co-opted and twisted around and then fed out to everybody that people hooked onto, but that's all lies. And we're going to bring out the truth behind it. And where you can find the truth is on the Trump administration is very much involved. And hold on, Gene.
All right, sure.
The Franklin Templeton ETF, you can look it up on the New York Stock Exchange, wherever it's XRPZ, like Zorro, XRPZ.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Listen. One of the things that we have said before is these people co-opting things. I'll give you an example. People have been talking about med beds for I don't even know how long. I guess the theory behind it is there's these beds that they don't share with anyone. The Queen of England died, but she didn't get access to it.
No
one gets access to it.
Not even Paul McCartney.
So they have this that someone just like goes in there and they become younger and everything. And by the way, just so you guys know I was introduced to this because I was going to Bob Joyce's church. And a lot of people think he's Elvis, but he's Elvis in a med bed. So everyone's like, oh, we're talking med beds. It's probably Elvis in a med bed. Okay, whatever. Med beds do not exist. However, we've been telling you with quantum computing, they can take not all, some of these things, experiments, and make it like fast, 100 years worth of experiments on it to come up with things faster. So it's not like an end all to all diseases, but there is hope around the corner, is what I'm saying.
Much of the things that were talked about pertaining to med beds are coming down the pipe through quantum computing, and they'll be available at your hospitals and so on. It's not something that's going to be hidden away in Cheyenne Mountain.
Right.
That's easy talk.
Right. So all these things are coming. There's a lot of good things coming, right? We even haven't even gone to it yet. And quite frankly, one of the things that would help is determining, because it's Trump's executive order, is the midterms. So if we have the sovereign wealth fund, which has been put like on hold, but it's right around the corner. So all these things are happening, but it's not doing with the reevaluation, reset, someone pressing a button, and things like this. It's real stuff.
That's just not happening.
All right.
Now hold on a second.
Sure.
Because Pippa's already starting. She's starting trouble right away. All right. I'm just kidding, Pippa. All right. Wasn't it to protect us from the 5G? Now, this is a classic example of how people that have no knowledge of elements and what combining them does and how they're useful in various industries and so on, those people then try to explain it to you and make a grift out of it. All right, this is the same thing that the Q.
I don't know. Is she talking about med beds? Are you talking about?
No, right now she's talking about CoVFeFe, which is vanadium.
Okay.
So this is the same thing that the Q post explainers did for years that led everybody off into a ditch. All right. So the truth of the matter is there was never any harm from 5G. That's the truth of the matter. It was
how long?
They were trying to make things faster, but it couldn't. The way 5G operated, it couldn't actually really get through buildings and whatnot. 6G eliminates that problem. But that has nothing to do with vanadium permandur, which is actually what's derived out of cobalt, vanadium, and 2 parts iron.
Okay. Chihuahua, I appreciate the comment. I just want to say this one thing.
It's not Chihuahua.
It's not Chihuahua? What is it?
Well, it's Pippa's paws Chihuahuas. Maybe she,
oh, come on.
she grooms
English
Chihuahuas.
is not my first language.
Neither is Chinese.
I have no language. All right. Listen, go along with that, just so you know.
Yes.
Whenever we have new technology, the other countries that really might not have our best interests in mind always have a propaganda campaign to try to stop us. We talked about 6G today. 6G is going to have holograms, but it's going to help because surgeons will have holograms that they could go through 6G and do operations. It's great, but then there's going to be some fear on it.
No.
Right. Okay. I'm just saying with that, that's some of the things I heard.
And listen, this is the same. And you can't convince people, Irma. You can't. It's very hard to convince people. But the radio waves like that come off your phone or 5G or 4G are not that the frequencies are so low. That's not causing you any harm. The same thing with the frequencies coming off of a microwave. I mean, my father and mother, till their last days, thought that they all but covered themselves in the dentist's lead robe when trying to heat something up in a microwave. There's no talking them out of it. But no, 5G is not causing brain cancer.
And if I could also say this with this, the reason why we know a lot of this stuff is because Dave Blaze's other business firm is technology, is the Blaze team, Blaze Hexa. So
right.
A lot of this stuff we knew, well, I knew at least all along, but
okay, Gail.
Thank you. She's on our side.
Thank you, Gail, for bringing this up. Guys, there's not going to be an EBS. You don't want an EBS. If there's a reason to use the emergency broadcast system, everything's gone to hell in a handbasket. Forget about having military on the streets and all of that. It would be a catastrophe of catastrophes if there's no electricity. There's all the power's down, the electric grid is down, and the president can only communicate with us through an EBS. That means we've been hit by nuclear weapons and invaded.
Okay. Just so you know, which I believe this is what she's talking about, because I heard it from some people that I know, that August 1st is the EBS, and I believe what it is that everything's going to shut down, no internet, darkness, and whatever, and then they're going to switch over to the quantum financial system, and there's going to be a reset. That's where it comes from. I heard that because I have friends that I know that say it's going to happen. They say August 1st, and that's when the reset becomes, and they're going to be millionaires, trillionaires, whatever it is. But yeah. My point is this: when it does not happen, stop listening to these people. And we have never, on this, we've never made fun of people. We just say, hey, this is stupid, you're dumb, or whatever. We are with you to say, listen, there's a lot of good things going on, a lot. Maybe not med beds, but quantum experiments that's going to help. Maybe not QFS, but Trump is working on the sovereign wealth fund. A lot of good things are happening, a lot.
Yeah, and the fact that, what people discount, nobody's talking about the fact that the border's closed. The Trump administration and DHS has effectively closed our borders, where encounters at our borders are down to 1960s levels. No one's talking about that. They're talking about deportations, which are being carried out daily. But it's just like there's this black poisonous cloud over Trump supporters that nothing is happening. Everybody's down and depressed. And then you got Russia's general on X talking, demanding accountability from the president. I mean, this guy's crazy.
Really quick, guys, just so you know, with what's going on here, we have most of our followers go through our website. But when it comes to social media, what we have here, let me just show this. Take this down here. We've had 1.8 million Facebook views in 1 month. This is the latest stuff. This is all documented. And I say that because when it comes to this, X is not our main at all our main.
And we like X. It's not that we don't like X. We like X.
Yeah. My point is, it's a whole echo chamber of people that are all in this. I get it. All in the same thing, talking to each other, and they have their own community. But we have other people that are real people on Facebook and not bots. Yes, thank you. I believe it. All right. The future is looking bright. It really is.
It is. It is. I mean, you guys get excited about this. When the White House put out and they opened the door for us to talk about quantum and the quantum computing, and they're with IBM and so on. I got to tell you, there is such massive quality of life improvements that are coming. They're really going to be quite shocking.
Again, Dave Blaze's other firm is a downline, I don't even know what you call it, with IBM. He knows stuff. He's been vetted by them because...
Well, let's figure like where you could call us subcontractors.
Okay, good. That's a good way of saying it. So anyway, a lot of good stuff is going on, and a lot of stuff Dave Blaze couldn't have talked about, and that's why we're talking about all this stuff right now. All right. Dave, anything else before we get the show going?
Let's see. Why is President Donald John Trump going to Camp David for the first time now? Well, number one, because he can. Number two is the president likes to, he's doing actual interviews from Camp David with the whole cabinet there to show unity and to chop the legs off of anybody like Alex Jones, who's calling for Congress to take him out of office under the 25th Amendment. I mean, what in the world is wrong with these people?
All right. All right. I was going to
realize. Hold on a second. Before we even get started, let's talk about this. You know, OPEC is dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, several founding members were Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, and Iran. We're handling Venezuela's oil.
Right. Okay.
Right? We're refining it, selling it on the open market, sending the money back to Venezuela so they could pay their people. Okay, taking our cut. And now we're about to take Iran's oil.
Okay. Reminder, and you guys heard the people that well, first of all, welcome everybody. All right. But the people that have been following us for a while know, and we said this, and you don't hear it anywhere. You don't. But America is the world's largest producer of crude oil. Like, we are it, right? But you don't hear that because you're like, no, the American greatness doesn't mean anything. Remember, yesterday we talked about American ingenuity, that they have a new form of energy with this.
Yep.
They invented it. It's ours. The government created it, and they license it out to U.S. companies to get it into us. This is like America. It's smart. It's like, you think the light bulb was something? It's a new energy.
Now, speaking of new energy, what no one thought would be making a comeback, but because of the AI data centers and the way our energy production has to be rethought, a lot of money now is going into making these portable and small nuclear reactors. So to do that, you have companies now, United States companies, that are once again mining for uranium and all of the rare earth minerals that are needed to make these reactors. So look for companies. If you want to look at some good things to take a look at, maybe if you have some pocket change to throw at it. There's U.S. rare earth minerals. There's a lot of companies now that are being invested in to go after the uranium, so these reactors can come to be.
Right. So what you're having here is this is a United States product. So with this discovery, basically, and Trump greenlit it, Project Pele. He greenlit it because the military, when they go to some place for war, they're like, we need electricity. What are you going to do? Just tap into their electricity? So they invented these portable nuclear reactors. And the problem was, as you know, with 3 Mile Island.
Gee, we got a picture, don't we?
What was that?
We got a picture.
Yeah, the real one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the real one and the.
This is the real one.
That's
right?
the real portable nuclear reactor that's being used at bases that we have to set up in various places that power the whole base.
Right.
And then about a year or so before that, we showed you this picture.
Right. We put this out long time ago with this. And just so you know, when it comes to this, what they did is they are able to put it on one of those airplanes, or when I say that, the military airplanes, and they parachute it down, and then they could be in the Arctic, plenty of electricity.
Yep.
But that was invented by the United States government, and they have leased it to only U.S. companies so they can make this patent, so no one else can have it.
Right.
It's marvelous, but you don't hear this anywhere.
No, nobody's talking about it. Everybody wants accountability for this, that, and the other thing. You see it on X all the time.
Right.
All right. You ready?
Yep. Let's do this. We want to talk about. Oh my goodness.
We got a lot of. Boy, we got a packed house here.
Yeah. No, we got a lot.
William's here. Christine's here. Let's see. Bob Bartolotta. All right.
All right, here we go. The dispatch. All right, the lead story in the dispatch is, you won't believe what CoVFeFe
white hat. All right, what? Oh yeah, the teleport. Yeah, ain't that something that that combination of cobalt, vanadium, and 2 parts iron is what is used for the qubits that IBM and quantum computing is using to create quantum teleportation.
Right.
Was very much involved.
All right.
How in the world would Donald Trump, the builder from New York, have any idea about that?
All right, Dave, I got a video here. Vet this video. I think it's good. It talks about qubits. Here we go.
Oh, good.
Real teleportation of macroscopic objects requires technologies still under construction by the giants. For example, Google released the Willow chip with 105 qubits, quantum bits, the building blocks of a quantum computer. That chip can finish calculations in 5 minutes that a classical supercomputer would take longer than the age of the universe. Science Daily, +2 Kyoto University. +2 IBM promises that by 2029, it will create the Starling quantum computer with 200 logical qubits, able to perform 100 million operations. Microsoft is developing topological qubits called Majorana 1, which can scale to 1 million qubits on a single chip. And in April 2025, University of Illinois researchers achieved teleportation accuracy of 94%, almost perfect transfer of quantum information. This means teleportation is becoming not just an experiment, but a reliable technology.
And they're on target.
Yeah. Okay.
Target for 2029. Ain't that something?
Listen, even the stuff I said today about the 6G with the holograms, like that's all fun and games. Like okay, you could go take a trip and you could have my mom who's in New York ride with me to go.
Right.
Shotgun.
Now, the thing is, with the hologram, all right, so let's say you are appearing in a room as a hologram, right? But let's say you are in, where are you now? In the bowels of the country down there? And
Oh my
where are
goodness,
you?
it's the centerpiece of the United States of
Bubbles,
America, Hot Springs, Arkansas.
All right. Well, let's say you're appearing by hologram in Paris, France. There's an office or a room in Paris, France, and you are appearing there as a hologram. You can see everything in the room. The key here is that you actually will have haptic feedback. Now, if people don't understand what haptic feedback is, right now your personal laptops are experimenting with it on your touchpads, right? So on your touchpad, it used to be that you would press down and hear it and get a click in order to,
I think
click
the
on
cell
something.
phone too, like it makes a little jingle, so you
Right.
know when you hit it.
Right. So, so on the haptic touchpads, when you press, you get a little bit of a feedback makes it feel like a click. Okay, broaden that out, and you will feel as the hologram, even though you're not there, you will feel like you're in the room.
Listen, guys,
stuff.
here's the thing. This is not when we were growing up, right? They say like 25 years from now, this will happen. This is already there. They have to fix the towers and they have to do a couple other stuff, but it's there. All right.
Right. Hold on a second. Daniel asked a good question. Dave, in the quantum space, will that open up new application opportunities? Absolutely. If so, will quantum computing have new development language? Yes and no. They're using a lot of modified Rust that will you'll see it on GitHub and a lot of these platforms where they store code. And Daniel, you're in the biz, so you'll be able to identify it. But it's greatly modified Rust, and that's about all I know about it, or I can say about it.
All right.
Larry made it. Hey, Larry.
Good. Oh, Larry. Okay, Dave. Let me see.
Now think about how that's going to change medicine. Let's say let's say you need an operation. You need a heart operation. Okay? You need a heart operation. With quantum computing, they can literally teleport the heart. They'll be able to teleport a heart replacement to the hospital where you are. And let's say the heart surgeon is in Brussels or Berlin or wherever. That heart surgeon can appear in the operating room as a hologram, but actually perform the surgery.
Yeah,
it's wackadoo stuff.
And also, for you Trump fans, notice the timing of it when Donald Trump said Q is for quantum.
Right.
After the word came out, did you not see the floodgate at George Magazine of all the stuff that came out?
Right.
All the new technology that really was bottled up per se?
Yeah.
You're not seeing what's going on here?
And we're kind of sorry about that, but there's nothing we can do. If we got to keep a cap on it, then we got to keep a cap on it. But as soon as the spigot turns on, we're out the gate.
All right. Dave, I want to talk about this one because this was the one that I talked about here with basically what it really is. Let me do this. Let's see if we get Ginger off, if we can get that.
I watch Star Trek. She's crazy. That's fun.
I don't like Star Trek. I was always Star Wars. All right. Anyway, guys, watch this video that I just did. Some of you guys already saw it. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back in time and talk CoVFeFe, because you remember Donald Trump posted about that. What does it mean? Well, let's do it this way. If you just take it, and George Magazine been selling this shirt since the beginning of George Magazine because we likened it to these elements. right? So if you had cobalt, vanadium, and iron, and you combine them together into one big thing, what would it be? It would be military-grade alloy, military-grade steel, if it was just those three together. However, if you add another Fe, two Fes, the FeFe, what would you get? If you could do it, you would get an impenetrable steel that is magnetized. Think about that. If you combine all of them with the extra Fe, you would be a steel that no one could touch. In fact, it would be magnetized, similar, I hate to say it like this, but to Magneto in the X-Men. Anyway, here's the thing. Who would know that? Well, the only person that would know that, because Fe, iron, dimmer, could only be formed for just a little bit in plasma. The plasma, which was founded by the Tesla coil, Nikola Tesla, and the only person that would ever know about that, other than Nikola Tesla, is John Trump, Donald Trump's uncle.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. All right, we got some good questions here.
Sure.
Let's see. Brad asks, of course, I got to ask, where's the heart coming from? Well, wherever the heart would come from. If let's say you're in a hospital in Los Angeles, and you need a heart transplant, but the heart that you need and is a match is in London, England, right? So how would it get there in time? Today, it wouldn't, or might not. But through quantum computing, it would be. That's all. I mean, it's not that crazy. All right.
No, I don't think it's that. I mean,
we got people asking really good stuff here. Let's see. Okay, let me ask him. Okay. All right. Okay, let me ask this, and don't think I'm cray-cray. I
don't like her when she says cray-cray. That's, oh my goodness. Cray-cray.
Will this enable time travel? If teleportation is happening, then time travel. No, not in the way that we've been led to believe by movies and by crazy people online. Time travel, teleportation and time travel are two different things. Teleportation happens on the same timeline. Okay? Right. With time travel, it must be done under the laws of quantum physics, which are different than the laws of physics right now. So quantum physics are a bit different. So will there be the ability for you to go back in time or forward in time? No. First of all, forward in time, forget it. That's never going to happen. That's impossible. It's like there's it's like there's a wall, an impenetrable wall to go forward in time. Going back in time is a little bit different, and IBM has been able to replicate that with algorithms in a controlled lab environment on a computer, where you're able to go back but not alter anything. You would only be an observer, and that's it. Because you can't. Then we run into the right, Gene. We talked about this.
The grandfather paradox.
Right. So suppose you go back in time and fall in love with your grandfather, who you don't know is your grandfather, and that would screw up everything.
I mean, this is the whole thing with Back to the Future. You know, like with all of this. I mean, the paradox of it. That's a great question, by the way.
Well, hold on a second, Brad. What is this? Tammy Signard, definitely a Mets fan giveaway. I don't know why everybody has to pick.
Why you gotta rub salt, man? Why you gotta rub salt?
What is this with the Mets? They're picking on the Mets.
My goodness.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, really quick, guys. Just want to play this really quick. It's about the crypto playbook. In a little bit, basically, I'm going to be doing another video today on this, but watch this for now. Thank you.
Crypto doesn't have to feel confusing. Introducing the complete crypto playbook from George. Wallets, security, DeFi, stablecoins, and XRP, all in plain English. Built for beginners, a downloadable guide, plus ongoing market updates twice a month. Go from curious to confident. The Crypto Playbook. Get your copy at georgemagazine.com.
Please do yourselves a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Get the ebook, download it. There's no restriction on sharing it. You could share it with your family and friends, but sign up for the updates to keep yourself updated. It's worth every penny. It's a one-time. You got to do this because we're putting the information out there in very simple language. There's no techno speak to keep everybody confused. It's plain.
Let me tell you how this came about. I remember it because it came out not quite a year ago, but it was a little bit not quite a year ago, but it was right before Thanksgiving. And I said to Dave, because Dave knows about some of these coins because his company works on the blockchain end of it to protect it and all this stuff. So I said, hey, you know what? Most of our viewers are going to go to Thanksgiving dinner and be like, they're going to have this like their grandchildren. Oh, dad, your granddad, do you have crypto? And then I said, let our guys be the best educated and know all of this stuff.
Right.
And that's what we did. And it's been wonderful, but it's even more hot now because of the crypto clarity.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay. Let's do this really quick. Dave, man, Russia had a bomb that went to Poland. And I remember early on you were saying that that's like one of NATO's biggest fear, because once you get past Ukraine, who is not part of NATO, you hit the NATO countries.
Yeah.
But this is I don't know.
Listen,
man. Pissing people.
Vladimir Putin is no friend of President Trump. That's been established multiple times. He was showing nude modeling pictures of Melania Trump on Russian state TV to mock our president and our first lady. And then also because our first lady is all over the Russian government and specifically Putin about how the Russians are stealing Ukrainian children. So all of that is being exposed. So this guy, literally, when they bomb Ukraine, they're not hitting strategic military targets. They're bombing like apartment buildings and hospitals. And then they want to talk about everybody else that does that. So it's clear projection. Now, you have the usual cast of characters on X talking about the NATO propaganda network who's saying bad things about Russia. I got to tell you.
Now, one of the big news here is Laura Loomer went to Ukraine and basically talked to the president. The reason why I say that is she was part of, I don't say part of it, she was led to believe that Russia was good. As in, like, when I say Russia's good, don't mean the people, but like that Putin was working with Donald Trump to take down the deep state and the Rothschilds and everything. Like they were, like Trump and Russia were together. Anyway, look at what Loomer said. I'll play this clip for you. Here we go.
Yeah.
A form of the Russian propaganda, this idea that Russia is the protectorate of Christianity. And we have podcasters in America. We have a very big problem with Russian disinformation. I personally believe that Russia is paying American influencers. If you ever get evidence of that, please give it to me.
Okay.
Or please give it to the proper channels at the DOJ and the FBI, because I think that more Americans need to admit that they've been duped by Russian propaganda. I think that, my hope is that coming here to Ukraine will open people's eyes that, maybe they aren't a country full of Nazis. Maybe our national security is going to improve if we have a strategic drone partnership.
See, now the interesting thing there, Gene, is that she was anti-Ukraine for a long time.
Yes, a lot of people. And guys, we've said this clearly before. We're not saying Ukraine is not corrupt, that they don't have corruptness in them.
Ukraine is very corrupt.
Right. What we are saying is
they're corrupt like Vegas is corrupt.
Well,
that's the kind of corruption. It's a bunch of mob stuff.
A little corruption. Yes. Okay. So anyway, my point is, Even Marco Rubio, I had this clip, I should have kept it, said, listen, when it comes to this war, we're not on the sidelines. This is the United States, we are the ones selling equipment. Is that your cat?
Yes.
Okay. Selling equipment to Ukraine. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Right.
Pumpkin comes in, and now it's the pumpkin show.
Oh my goodness. Guys, if you're just joining us,
There he
this
is.
Pumpkin.
There he is.
Calling the shots, eating all the food.
All we have to do is parachute in a bunch of the little orange menaces into any area, and they'll clean it right up.
All right. So let's see. Yes. Oh my goodness, Mary Elizabeth. Okay, great. All right. Dave, I think it's time to do the devotional here. Okay. Now, a lot of new viewers. Oh, I know, Lorianne. All right. A lot of new viewers here. Every time we do a show, and every morning, Monday through Friday, we do a devotional that goes into the dispatch. And then we used to say, okay, we'll just show a clip. And we're like, you know what? If we're going to do this, talk about politics for an hour, talk about whatever, we're going to do the devotional. So we'll play in full. Dave Blaze, this was one. Honestly, I say this.
Let me just mention that today's devotion was Tracy had mentioned something like this to me a few days back, and I said, that's a pretty good idea, and this devotion is the result.
Yes, and I'll talk more about that later, because a lot of the stuff we do is in real time. We think, well, what do people need? What do I need? Okay,
right.
Here we go. You'll enjoy this, guys. Here we
go.
Most of us live our lives assuming the timeline ends here. We wake up, we make our choices, and we operate under the quiet assumption that earthly actions only have earthly consequences. But that momentum is a mirage. Every single human life, regardless of how fast it feels like it's moving, is on a collision course with an unavoidable final appointment. The Apostle Paul calls this the bema, or the judgment seat of Christ. The criteria for this appearance are absolute. We must all appear before it, and every single thing we have done in our physical bodies, the good and the bad, will be evaluated. Standing before the bema carries the full reverent weight of the terror of the Lord. It is an encounter of supreme gravity. Because our earthly decisions carry permanent, eternal weight, facing that absolute vacuum of truth is something no one in their natural state is truly prepared for. To understand the weight of this event, we have to project ourselves forward. Imagine stepping out of time and standing directly in front of that seat. This graph shows exactly how the bema evaluates a life. It is a comparison of two paths, the straight line of your intended potential and the divergent path of the actual life you lived. You see where he tried to lead and where you pushed back, blocking his direction, refusing to yield, and sending your trajectory fracturing off into chaos. As the evaluator examines these fractures, the revelation of this missed potential brings a deep grief to his eyes. Even while maintaining his love for you, the Savior mourns the person you were meant to become. This accountability reveals the tragedy of active resistance, the distance between the path God planned and the one you insisted on walking. A believer remains eternally secure in Christ's grace, yet they can still arrive at this seat spiritually impoverished, stripped of any eternal reward. The psychological weight of this moment is immense. Your memory will run relentlessly backward, like a hunted thing, tracing the unalterable, wasted detours of your life, paths you can never go back and fix. You arrive at the throne with empty hands and an uncrowned head, carrying none of the rewards you were meant to earn. The soul faces an agonizing heartbreak as it recognizes the vastness of the rewards that could have been secured, now forever out of reach. But you aren't standing there yet. Snap out of that future and look at right now. You still have time. Whether it's decades or days, you have years left to you on this side of eternity. The remedy is immediate. You have to proactively yield those remaining years, placing them back into the hands of your Maker, so he can mold you into the pattern he originally planned. That devastating future regret is preventable. The timeline hasn't finished drawing itself yet, but your only leverage to change the final picture exists right now, in the present moment. To face the bema with any confidence at all, there is a foundational requirement. It begins with the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. The scriptures outline a specific response. Men are saved and sealed when they hear and believe the word of truth. 1 Corinthians 15 defines this truth. Christ died for our sins. He was buried and rose again the third day. The judgment seat is an unchangeable reality on your calendar. To secure your standing when you arrive, you must believe this gospel today. The window to secure your salvation and yield your life to God's plan is rapidly closing. The time is short.
That's why Paul tells us, redeem the time.
Yeah, listen. Okay, a long time ago, I don't want to supersede your devotional, but a long time ago, I said when you talked about redeeming the time, one time someone gave me a gift. It was like so awesome. It was like a Best Buy card, but it was like $300 in it. I kept that in my wallet for the longest time, and then because looking forward to the day that I'm going to buy something really neat.
Right.
I lost the wallet, so I lost $300 because I never redeemed it.
Yep.
And like to this day, I'm like, oh my goodness, I would love to use that. Get a great new computer for $200 or whatever. But if you don't redeem it, you got to redeem the time. Anyway.
Just whatever is done for the Lord is what's going to last and be meaningful when you appear. So I got that devotion, the written poem in it, and that video pretty much says it all.
Yeah, like I said, it was one of my favorite ones that I've seen done here, and I thank you. We thank the Lord for it. Okay, Dave, we got a few more minutes here. I'd like to talk about...
Matt brought out something good.
Oh, Matt.
I am Matt. Oh, and Irma's here. Matt, I just want you to know that Irma blows you kisses every live show. She's on here blowing you kisses. I'm just teasing. She always says hello, speaks very highly of you. So Matt says, don't follow the QFS hype. We've all been deceived. Yeah, see, that's the thing with the quantum financial system. Look, that whole QFS, the way it's presented, it's not a real thing. What is a real thing is that XRP, Solana, and XLM are being baked into our current financial system. That's what
you know. And I'll just speak like this. When we brought this out, I didn't want to do it. I really didn't. But as George Magazine, it's my obligation to tell the truth. It really is. And I hate it. I really do. With all my strength, I hate it. Because what happens is I get this, man, my reputation on X is like, oh, Gene Ho, whatever. Bad. But I don't care. I really don't care. The only one that I care about my reputation with is the Lord Jesus. That's it. Everything else, I don't care. But I am doing what's right, and everything else that we're saying here, there's not one thing that we said today that's like, you can say, oh, that's incorrect. The truth is hard. It really is. So I'm just saying, on X and everything, and I see it, people come up, oh, look at what so-and-so said about you. I'm telling you, it's not true. And one more thing, and I'll say this, because we're going to do another thing on people that sell the Iraqi dinar with hopes that the RV, I had to learn what the RV is, revaluation. Wait till you see the information about that. So anyone else, you want to keep playing this and like that? We are just telling the truth. And if you don't believe it, look at all the people, the 1.8 million views that we have on Facebook. Just back off, but it doesn't bother me. All right, I had to say that. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think even in one of the articles we did about in the Dispatch yesterday or the day before, talked about how the FBI is aggressively going after these people for wire fraud. It's not a good thing. People are losing their shirts thinking that they can get in on something very cheap and like no one else really knows about, and it's going to turn them into instant millionaires.
If you know about that, understand, and honestly, I like, come to the rescue and see where this is the information has been. Really, most of this stuff, Dave, all this stuff, I'm going to show you this. This stuff is from 7 months ago. It reads like it's today, and it's really tomorrow. But it talks about 6G that we talked about 7 months ago.
Yep.
Many of this stuff we talked about a long time ago. All right, I got to go calm down.
So let me just tell them this again. Guys, for your own sake, check out, if you're into the market or whatever, just check out XRPZ. XRPZ. It's a fund from Franklin Templeton. They put in about $200 to $300 million into XRP, and this was also after the SEC cleared up case against people in the SEC and XRP rather. So they're in the clear.
Right, they're in the clear. That's what's going on here. I'm going to say these coins, they get vetted by the United States government to say what they really are. And that's what's going on. A lot of these coins, guys, it's like the Hatua coin, whatever.
Right.
They have to be, that's what's going on with the Clarity Act, is giving clarity. And then the SEC is going to move. If it doesn't, they're going to say, we're going to move anyway.
Right. Right. And we don't have, listen, we have no stock market sponsors. We have no crypto sponsors. We have no gold and silver guys. We have none of that. Our whole thing is George is the vehicle of this information for this time. And that's why we're here.
Again, guys, notice what all the information that guys, we could see the influx of people watching us. Okay, we can see on our the influx of people watching us. Notice where all the information comes when Trump said Q is for quantum, and no one wanted to hear that in the Q land. Right. No one. But look, and we even said it. Look at what's we're going to bring out. It's all coming out now. Yep. All right. Really quick, I want to do one more story here because it has to do with this AI thing, Dave Blaze. Yeah. Okay. Now.
Oh, the water crisis. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, let me just show you what the fundamental problem is with this. And let me play this as a short video. Here we go. Sure. This is the problem.
That basically are doing a lot of computation continuously, 24/7. To do that, they use a lot of energy, and a byproduct of that computation is the generation of heat. And as you might know, computers and heat don't go too well together. If you recall, especially in the old days, our computers would get pretty hot and turn off and shut down. And that's really not a good thing. And the best way and the most traditional way of doing that is by using water as a way to evaporate that heat.
Okay. Now, so here's the thing. Yes, these AI data centers started out using traditional cooling systems to cool off the GPUs and the racks and everything else. All right. But now somehow they magically woke up to the fact that, all right, anybody that has the old style desktop computer that's in the case that sits on your desktop or on the floor, whatever. Right. And there are many today that are water cooled.
Yes, I know that. Right. The gamers use it. The gamers.
Yes. You get right. If you're playing a lot of these high-end games and you have a high-level GPU and an extremely fast processor, an i9 processor or something from AMD, you need to have that water cooled. But that is not an open system like the AI data center started with. That is a closed system where the water goes, it passes over the processor, over the GPU, then passes by a radiator that's been cooled off with a lot of fans, and then the water again passes through, and it keeps the components cooled. That is what the data centers are moving into.
A closed system.
A closed system.
So it's not like
That's
need
right.
a river to continually go in there.
Right. Right.
Okay, I know these are the smartest people in the world. Why didn't they think of that in the first place?
Because it costs more money. Now, in the long run, that investment, of course, gets paid back.
Okay.
You know, whatever.
So
But
basically, all the stuff
that's what it's all about.
all the stuff that they say, oh, this is a problem, is like, okay, we'll figure it out. Okay.
Right.
All right, Dave. Dave Blaze, anything else that you want to say? Anything before we go? We're about.
Listen, we love you all. You guys come in and you give us such joy with your comments and everything else. The only thing we have to say is please don't pick on the Mets. We even got our favorite President Trump picking on the Mets.
Did it even? Oh my goodness!
Over there making comments. Those guys always lose. That's the nature of their business. The New York Metropolitans were a team that was created to lose. The Yankees win.
It was made to make everyone else feel better.
That's right. Well, it's true because it used to be the Dodgers. The Dodgers in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Dodgers were the team that always lost, right? That's why they were called the Brooklyn Bums. For those, now I'm dating myself, but the Brooklyn Dodgers were the bums. They were the Brooklyn Bums. And but then they moved to Los Angeles in their very fancy new stadium and everything else. And they were replaced by the Mets.
Yeah. All right. Guys, once again, today is Friday. I want to thank everyone.
And here's Trish. The Cubs lost today against the Yankees. Good. Too bad, Tracy. Too bad, Tracy.
All right. Reminder, today is Friday. This weekend, if you ordered the America's 250th, I've been signing and working all week, getting a lot done this week. Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for all our new viewers. By the way, it's
yes, and we love you all. We'll see you again on Monday, and we're going to have another packed show on Monday. With over the weekend, we'll get into what the new advancements are. Plus, I promised Brad that we get into the whole maritime law thing.
Yes, I know that. I would like to know that too.
Just need a little bit more time to get everything together.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Watch my video coming up in just a little bit, probably like an hour or so. We'll talk about some crypto. All right, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.